This is Takedown. Hello again, everybody. The big news from the East is that Harvard has upset Lehigh. That just yesterday afternoon. It was 25-16, the final score. Here to talk about it is head coach Jay Weiss. Jay, how are you?
I'm doing well, Scott. How are you doing?
Good, buddy. You told me earlier this season that the Harvard wrestling team, the Crimson Indeed, would be a young team. In fact, I think you have 4 guys on the mat that are freshmen. Let's talk about the squad and the eventual turn of events that took place. It was yesterday afternoon, 25-16 at Lehigh.
That was exciting, Scott. I think, I did mention that we were young at the beginning of the year. I knew we'd be a lot different in February, if they stayed the course. And we had a couple guys injured in the first semester, and we got them back in January. And you can really see a difference with a month of training. It really starting to come together. I think we lost a couple matches in the beginning of January that I thought that we could have gone our way, but then now you can see them really coming through. So I'm excited. I really felt we wrestled well this weekend. We wrestled on Penn and Princeton on Saturday, and we lost 8 matches to Penn. A lot of them were close matches, and I think if we wrestled again, it could have been a different outcome. It's just we lost the close battles, and I think the way the team responded, and we went on to wrestle against Princeton later on in the day. We won 8 out of 10 matches, and that carried over to Sunday. I knew this was going to be a big weekend with 3 emotional matches and a lot of travel, and obviously had to get out in front of the snowstorm that came and hit New England, and I felt that we really wrestled well on Sunday as far as how they competed hard in a great environment. So very happy with the guys.
Coach, the match was tied up 16-16 as your 97-pounder, James Fox, came out with a 2-0 decision. That put you guys out in front by 3. Where's your head right now? What are you telling the guys? What's in the mind of head coach Jay Weiss?
Ironically, I went to my heavyweight before the match, and I said, this match is going to come down to heavyweight, and I know you're going to do a great job. And he was very confident, and he did a great job. Almost finished it in regulation. There was a big scramble, and I think he took it over to heavyweight, and it was good. From what I find out now, if Lehigh wins the heavyweight match, they win in criteria, and I feel that we didn't want to even come down to criteria, and not only did he get the takedown in overtime, but he got the pin, which was really exciting. Well, actually for small fans in Grace Hall, but it was fun for us.
Let's talk about the team effort, Coach, because that's really the victory for you guys. You were able to pull it together as a team. We've watched Harvard grow throughout the year. We featured them on both the TV and radio shows. Talk about that team effort.
We had guys that were battling for points. Okay, I really felt. I think our 25-pounder Jeff Ott, we went out and just was wrestling hard for points, and knew that it was going to come down to who gets majors, who doesn't give up majors, and really you look at people like Ott got the major at 25. I think. Stephen Keith wrestled well. He's been a leader for us for the past 4 years, and then at 141, and then 49. We have freshman Todd Preston, who's pretty much a 41-pounder, and he's been wrestling up at 49 all semester. He's doing a great job, and I'm sure that they were looking for bonus points in that match. They were trying to get bonus points, and Todd ended up getting a takedown at the end to kind of give an 8-3 decision, that's big. Every point matters, and Pepperman goes out and does what he does, what he's been doing, and gets a quick pin, and it kind of excites us, and then we have a big win at 65 with Devin Gobo, who's really starting to come into his own. He's a freshman. The big thing was we had to sit our 74-pounder because he kind of banged his head on Saturday. So we actually bumped up back up 65 to wrestle 74. And obviously you guys are very strong at 74-84. And we came back with 2 big wins at 97 and heavy for the victory. So it was good. I just felt the guys were wrestling for points, and no matter what. And that was kind of one of the first times we've done that as a team, as a unit.
A few weeks ago, it was Walter Peppelman, 8th ranked in the country, that secured his 100th win. of his career at Harvard, becoming the 7th only to do so for the Crimson. Well, you've got another one knocking on the door, sitting at 99 right now with his victory at Lehigh, is Stephen Keith, currently ranked number 13 in the country at his weight. Talk to us about what's going on at Harvard. It seems as if there's this, and it's not a rush to greatness. I hesitate to ever say that unless you're talking perhaps about a top 4 school that's just constantly rushing toward greatness. It's this slow build. It's this planned growth. It's almost as if benefactors are standing there waiting to write checks based on performance. It's nothing. We don't want to be flashy. We want to get out there and do our job. You guys are doing your job, and Stephen Keith is one of them.
Scott, Stephen's been doing it from the get-go. I mean, he's been doing, anytime you have close to 100 wins in the college career, that's phenomenal. So, I think it's a little different here as far as, I don't see, we're not going to be a top 3 team in the country. It's just harder here. But I think we've always had these individuals that step out, and I think right now we're really kind of starting to build this depth. As you can see, we're a freshman sophomore team, and got a good class coming in next year, which you're going to see a big difference in us as with depth, because depth is always the biggest issue with us, and I've learned a long time ago not to really worry about that so much, and knew it was difficult. But if we focus on the people that we have, we make sure we bring in the right people that want to get the best education, that want to achieve greatness on the mat, and want to do bigger things off the mat. And we focus on that. We're going to be fine. And it's just a matter of how many people we can get, how many of those we can get. And I feel strongly about this group of individuals. They're really good. They're really focused. They understand the big picture, and they're doing a great job. And Steven's been out in front, with that, and him and Walter. So, they both placed in the NCAA tournament, so they've had success in that, and they both have high goals this year. So it's
I've been there to watch a couple different benchmarks for you guys. The last NCAA champ you had was who?
J.P. O'Connor.
Okay, and prior to that, the last NCAA champ was, several years before that, wasn't it?
Jesse Jansen.
Okay, and then prior to Jesse?
1938.
John Hartness. And John was sitting right behind me.
Oh, nice.
As Jansen won his NCAA title for Harvard. Now, you think about that. And that was a special, I remember him just watching there, just hoping and wishing, and it was palpable. And I think there were many at the arena that were watching it that special NCAA afternoon, and sure enough, it happened. And now we're watching guys like Stephen Keith and Walter Peppelman and Jeff Ott and Devin and the rest of these kids just absolutely giving their all. Matter of fact, you guys are 5-5 overall, 3-4 in EIWA play. This is a difficult conference. Make no mistake about it. A win in the EIWA is hard to come by, and you know this because you've had a lot of seasons where you're just scrapping for those singles and doubles and triples. It's hard to come by, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we try to schedule strongly just to get us ready, for the NCAA tournament, and if you do that and you don't have depth, it's hard. You look at the teams, everybody's got guys out, and it's just that time of year. It's just a hard sport to kind of manage from September to March, I'm knocking on wood because I don't like talking about injuries, but we're doing well. We're actually, we've got guys back, and those guys are actually starting to get into form right now. So, I think it's not only training for the end of the year, but it's also managing injuries and making sure, guys are healthy and hungry by the end of the year. And I feel we're going to do that. We only, 2 more weeks of competition, and then the playoffs start, and that's a lot of fun. It's a great time of year.
Coach, you got 2 on one day. As a matter of fact, Saturday, February 16th at 12 o'clock, Malkin Athletic Center as Cambridge. That's the home for you guys. Welcomes Brown University. Brown is always a scrapper. They come in, those Bears come in tough. A lot of times they sharpen their teeth, and they'll upset you at the best possible moment for them. So at 12 o'clock, you can't look past what just happened. You got to look to that event, because in the afternoon at 2, later in the afternoon at 6:30. You guys got to go across town and face off with the Terriers as well. It's going to be a big day.
Sure is, and obviously that's a fun day for us just because Brown's close and BU's across the river. So and I know Coach Amato very well, and they always wrestle well against us. It's a big match for them, and I think hopefully we've got some momentum going, and the last number of years we wrestled BU, we've had a couple guys out of the lineup, so hopefully we can have a full lineup against them for once. To be fun. So, and I told the guys every time we compete, it's a benchmark, and it's just a stepping stone towards the end of the year. And if they continue to go forward, after their match against Lehigh, I think we're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, you got a funded program in Brown, the Brown Bears, and then you've got a legendary coach in Carl Adams at Boston. Man, you got to stand up, eyes wide open. You don't know what they're going to pull off. Anyway, Coach, congratulations on a huge victory. Fans, one more time, the Crimson pull out a big win on the road at Lehigh, 25-16, and our guest has been the David G. Bunning head coach for Harvard Wrestling, Jay Weiss. And Jay, we go back how many years now?
Oh, God, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's been not long enough. How about that? I want to see you guys continue on your road to the Des Moines version of the NCAA championships that'll take place the 21st through the 23rd at Wells Fargo Arena. You looking forward to it?
I can't wait. It's the best time of the year, so it's going to be fun.
It really is, and what a party it's going to be. We'll see you all there in Des Moines. But for all of us and for Jay Weiss, I'm Scott Casber, thanking you for listening to this very special